And welcome to Cruising with Kayfabe. I'm Mongo.
I'm Emily.
And today we're doing something a little bit different. So when Emily and I talk about AEW, one of the things I always tell her is it reminds me of watching WCW when I was a kid. It reminds me of watching the luchadors. It reminds me of watching the talent from New Japan. It reminds me of how WCW was really a melting pot of different styles of wrestling. How we call AEW a buffet of wrestling. That's what WCW was, and that's one of the best things they did. So I wanted to highlight that, and I wanted to introduce you to your favorite thing, which is flippy shit.
It is. I love a good, like. I think I figured it out the other day. I was like, figure skating meets gymnastics meets story meets just a good old fight.
And I think you'll really appreciate this because one thing WCW really did is it brought lucha mainstream. It brought lucha to the US more with more eyeballs on it. So I had to pick Rey Mysterio as one of my first people to introduce you to WCW Rey Mysterio. But I also had to introduce you to someone who I absolutely loved as a kid. It's Psychosis. So the first match we're going to watch today is from Bash at the Beach, 1996, Rey Mysterio Jr. versus Psychosis. Now, I absolutely loved this match. I remember I was so excited as a kid to watch this. I actually had to rent the VHS from Blockbuster to age myself here to watch this. But this match gets undershadowed for a lot of obvious reasons of this Bash of the Beach. But without further ado,
Wait 1 second.
okay?
So, something I think I should point out is that Rey Mysterio was one of the first wrestlers that I saw as a kid in 8th grade. So, for me, this is exciting because this is even before that.
Yes.
This is before, I think I kind of like saw him through tragedy, which I think is unfortunate. So, I think this is exciting for me to see him through his like
This is
peaks.
yeah, this is actually him. He's probably like 21, 22 here. He's very young, kind of breaking onto the scene for the past few years. So this is, him getting his start in the business on the big screen. So I think you're going to enjoy this match. Now, we are watching it on the WWE YouTube, so unfortunately there's no entrance on this match. So it's going to kick right off with action.
Lame.
So I really like, obviously, Psychosis here because he's best way I can describe him. He's kind of like Pac when it comes to he's very versatile, but he's
And he's tall
brutal.
as fuck.
But
Next to Rey
he
Mysterio.
reminds me a lot of a very stiff luchador. Like he does all the lucha stuff, but he beats the absolute shit out of you when he does it.
He reminds me, like, looks wise, of what, like, a Japanese wrestler would be.
So one modern comparison I wrote down in my notes to when I was trying to think of this is I wrote down the intensity of Pac and then the aggression of someone like Penta. So he has traditional lucha style, but he's very much gonna beat the absolute shit out of you. Rey Mysterio, when he's kind of in this era, he's still finding his footing, but he had that Osprey, that Ricochet quickness, and that speed to him. He's one that really kind of set that bar. And also, he really set the bar with his outfit. I mean, look at this awesome. He's got the little question marks on his tights, the blue and the white, the red, white, and blue mask. Like, he leaned into the mystery gimmick with Rey Mysterio, paying homage to his uncle. So you're hearing Tenay here, and one of my favorite things about Mike Tenay is he explained the luchador traditions to you as the viewer. He was that one. He was that Excalibur who would tell you who the person was and what promotion they were in. Right. So like, I like that they're bringing up that the biggest thing is they sell their masks because it's like superheroes to the kids, and that's, you know, I was 10 years old when I was watching this, so me seeing someone who looks like Mr. America, but he's a lucha wrestling what looks like a bull was freaking awesome.
I'm shocked at how minimal Ray's mask is. It's the whole back of it is just straps.
Yeah, it's like that spandex that Jericho talked about in that interview we posted. Cheap plug. It's just a little spandex one to go on. He experimented a lot between full head spandex and ties, and I think he's probably the man of 1,001 masks. Psychosis always had these awesome bodysuits and obviously his crazy hair and the horde mask. Like he always had such a cool look to him too, and he would change it up too.
Is that his real hair?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
I thought it was
he
a
teased.
part of it.
No, he teased the hell out of his hair.
That's incredible. Honestly, guys, my hair looks like that today. That's in. Oh!
Yeah, right under the barricade.
Oh my god. I think he went in and under. I don't. Ow.
Oh, he's feeling that.
I feel that. Youch.
He throws himself at you like
Darby Allin.
very Darby Allin-esque, very Brody King-esque. That's another kind of comparison. Is like he kind of wrestles like Brody King, where he cannonballs himself. You know, he was the one that. So like you have Rey Mysterio here, like in this underdog role, trying to take on this big beast of man who can keep up with him aerially. Like he's deceiving how much he can do. Like when you see him do his 450s and you see him do his flips, like
when you, I hate to like keep making these comparisons, but like a Luchasaurus style where
yes.
he's so tall. How the hell did he do this? I'm sure like
modern dream match right there, Luchasaurus versus Psychosis.
I feel like Psychosis might not be that tall, but next to Rey, obviously.
Oh yeah, he towers.
He towers. So
I want to point
maybe
out the
he's an average height. I'm not sure. So I apologize if I'm making him out to be a giant, but at the moment he is.
I just love that this is the most 90s crowd ever with like the oversized hats and like the faded white shirts and blue jeans.
It's something. There's not a lot of wrestling shirts in the crowd. So that's interesting.
Well, because the NWO was actually wouldn't form yet. Then that's when you see the Sia takeover, like '90s, like late '96.
Because even when I was growing up, we had kids that did wear wrestling shirts. Far and few.
You didn't really see that till like the later '90s. Like it didn't really become a cultural phenomenon until NWO, till Stone Cold's shirt. Like that's why those shirts are so iconic because everyone wore them. There's a sea of those shirts.
Okay, that makes sense.
So you'd still see, like, there's a classic, I can see Road Warrior shirt out there. Like, there's still some classic, but they weren't as prevalent. And they weren't as black. They were colorful shirts.
Yeah, like, if you guys had wrestling shirts that you wore to school, tell us what they were. Like, I'm genuinely fascinated by, like, the childhood fandom because I didn't have that experience. And our child is going through that. He's
runs right
wearing the shirts to school, and I find it fascinating that he's like, yeah, my hoodie is wrestling, so what? I wear it every day.
So I like that, you know, they're talking about how he's larger and he's using his size to his advantage, but he's also quick. And that's what I loved about Psychosis is he would run into you like a bull. It's why he had that, like, he would just plow you over. His offense wasn't pretty. It was brutal. That's kind of like what I wrote in my notes is pretty offense, not brutal, because I was like, how do I describe him to Emily? Because you haven't seen him. So I was trying to, that's why I have a lot of modern comparisons to kind of help you.
And there's not a lot of, like, downtime. Like, even right now, they're in holds, but they're moving. It's not like it's just, like, a straight hold where you're waiting for him to tap out. He's already, like, on the move. He's not going to tap out.
Like, these are the kind of fast-paced matches that, like, this is why I like AEW. This is a very AEW-coded match. You know, AEW is very WCW-coded. Like, it takes a lot from PWG, from WCW, from TNA. And when people say, oh, AEW is WCW, yeah, it's this. This is the good stuff. This is the stuff you tuned in to Bash at the Beach for. This is what I tuned into Nitro. Like, look at that athleticism. If I could talk. And Ray still does this stuff at 50 years old.
Oof.
Look, Lucha Libre and WCW style in the crowd. Like, this is the Cruiserweight division was probably one of the hottest things in WCW for years.
So, what year is this match?
This is 96.
So, 30 years ago.
Mm-hmm. That's why I chose this one, because it's like the 30th anniversary of this match.
Wow. Do both of them still wrestle?
If Psychosis does, I would have to look at it very rarely. Probably in Mexico. Rey Mysterio just wrestled at WrestleMania. And that's a testament to, obviously, his taking care of his body and kind of changing his style up.
And I'm sure that Ray would wrestle more, given opportunity to wrestle more.
I think, though, that's what's going to keep him his longevity, though. Because look how fast-paced he was. I'm not saying he's not fast-paced, but this is why, unfortunately, he didn't have knees later on in life. This is why he says he had to slow down, because he wrestled at 100 miles an hour all the time. Like, this is that pacing that's just, you have to have intense cardio for.
That's incredible because most people would have to like grab at the top of someone's body for this, and Ray waited to do that until right now. So he's been in that hold for like over 30 seconds just working his like knee and ankle.
And you're going to try to ground the big man. You know, stomp on the knee there. Like, you got to keep him down. You got the obviously the dynamics of the commentators again. WCW gets a lot of criticism for how it ended, but I think people forget they had a lot of good in it. And to me, I would say the cruiserweight division was probably one of my favorite things. This is what I would watch over that cartoony WWF stuff at the time. I'd rather watch this than watch someone like, no offense, Sam Miller, the Repo Man. You're telling me you wouldn't want to watch this over a gingerbread man?
Well, that's just it. Like, this is
chicken
kind
coming
of
out of an
how AEW has a growing fan base at the moment because people are tired of the cartoon
And this
or
is
the same story, or their favorite wrestler just got let go and they might show up.
and
What?
that's why I think I enjoyed the WCW stuff, because they were showing you different stuff. They were showing you people from around the world. Like, again, you're seeing these larger than life characters. Yeah, they're characters, but they're lucha characters, and you know they're respected wrestlers in Mexico. You know they're respected around the world. You hear Tenay gushing over their accomplishments in AAA. They didn't
Yeah.
ignore the wrestling history. That's what I loved about WCW. They didn't ignore the history. They're telling you about their battles and their rivalries and in AAA. They're telling you about their history together. They're not just like, oh, they're new to us.
That's so much trust to go flying into that.
Oh yeah, everyone yeeted Ray.
And also, are these cables?
Yes,
Not
those are
ropes?
cables. Only WBF, I believe, has ropes.
Okay.
So that's why you'd see a lot more springboardy stuff, because they used steel cables, which I'm sure hurt a hell of a lot more than a rope, because steel versus fiber.
And then a barricade. That's gonna fucking hurt.
And look how thin that padding is. I just want to tell you when they go outside that, like, that's like what you take a nap on in first grade.
If that.
Remember those ones that like you would face with sticks and you
I
wake
think
up?
we
Like,
had
"Yeah."
more padding than those. Ow, no.
Look at this. Look,
No.
he's going to the top rope to the outside. Oh, just throws his whole back at him. Looks like he was going for a leg drop turned to a backsplash, but
It's literally like a fingertip. His hand was just like next to it. It's like a fingertip thick.
yeah.
No.
Even Dusty's like on commentaries are shocked. He was so good at commentary in WCW just because they let him be himself, and it was just, you get unhinged Dusty sometimes. And that was the thing, the announcers are telling you that, like, they want to come to WCW because it's where the big boys play. It's national television. You get your opportunity at these titles. So they made it look like they were traveling to WCW for the opportunity. So it was nice because you connected with the characters, because just that simple little line of, he came here to win. You knew, okay, he came here to wrestle the best luchadors in the world. So it's what made me fall in love with wrestling. Like, I always talk about how I became a fan. WCW is what really like involved my fandom. This style of wrestling is kind of what molded my fandom. I realized there's more than just what I'm seeing in WWF. Like, this stuff was amazing. And then, unfortunately, you would see WWE do cruiserweights, WWF do cruiserweights, and they wouldn't let them do this kind of stuff. And so when you saw TNA and you saw an AEW form, you saw PWG and House of Glory and all these other companies that embraced having more than one style of wrestling, it was phenomenal. Fun fact, AJ Styles even wrestled in WCW for a cup of coffee. Didn't get anything like this. It was before it went out, but still counts. Here comes his quickness. Feint kick.
Oh.
Look at that.
That was
Cartwheel
cool.
into a Hurricane Rana. Yeah, when he got his babyface momentum going, that Ray was unstoppable.
That guy front row with the signs, I just
Watch
love it. It's effortless. He just like whips more signs out. That's 90s.
It really is. This is going to show you how crazy Ray is right here. Like you weren't seeing this except for WCW. Like you see it nowadays, and you're like, holy shit! But like before seeing it, you didn't see this stuff. Like this, look how when I say it's
And they're fluid.
when I say that they take the stuff from the good stuff from WCW. See what I mean? Like this is the stuff you see nowadays.
The chemistry, like the way that they flow together, it's just like unspoken, I guess.
So much trust and fluidity. I agree. That's why that's why when I titled this episode, I put these are the WCW matches that I think inspired modern wrestling. I think this is the kind of match that you see someone like the Young Bucks watching, you see someone like a young Ricochet watching, people my age
Yes.
saying, I want to do that. Because you can see a lot of their, imprints on this. Like, you can see a lot of, like, the finesse. And you can't tell me Rey Mysterio didn't influence generations of people.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's been wrestling for like 40 years.
At a high level, too, which is insane.
Yeah. Rey Mysterio's name is pretty much known like household.
That's why I think it's comical when you have people like Nick Khan. Oh, Rey Mysterio made his name in WWF. It's like, no. He grew bigger in WWF. He made his name all around the world in WCW. Like, this is how I learned who Rey Mysterio was and why I was hyped when he showed up to WWF, because I was just like, this man is just unreal. The cannonball flip he just did. I know the barricades are so close, aren't they?
They really are. It looks like Psychosis' foot is almost stuck in it.
He doesn't have much room and he's laying flat out. He's so tall. That is the most like 80s dad right there. The mullet, the mustache, the white t-shirt, and the kid's got a bowl cut. Like that is the most
The only thing
stereotypical
he's
90s.
missing is this lit cigarette.
Or the palm olives. Yeah. Rolled up in his shirt.
The Marlboro
springboard.
jacket.
Counter to a power bomb. And people who see these matches, like when I always say I love flippy shit, this is what I'm talking about. This is the pacing I love, where it's like it starts off a little slow, kind of testing out the waters. You hit that crescendo we're at now, where they're going 100 miles an hour, and then they start slowing down. They start countering each other, because in kayfabe, they're figuring each other out. Like, what do we have to do now? Psychosis, like, I have to go back to my power again, because he's not going to beat Rey in the air. Rey knows he has to use his quickness and speed. Psychosis has to use his strength. So I like the subtle storytelling they do in these matches.
Reverse.
Ooh, Razor's Edge off the top. Nope. Flipped counter. Frankensteiner. And Rey Mysterio wins.
But I like how he won through almost like an oops.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I countered it and I did it. I better pin him.
The underdog style. Yep.
Yeah, I like that. That was very good, like, storytelling with them.
So what did you... Let me pause this so we don't have the audio talking over. So what did you think of Rey Mysterio versus Psychosis at Bash on the Beach?
I really like it. The gear is super interesting to me because it is so different back then. I just find it really interesting to watch the growth of professional wrestling. And we're talking about how these moves are still used today, but the chemistry isn't always there like it is. The whole of it all, just
The crux of everything?
yeah, that was just pure magic between two people. And I think that gets kind of lost sometimes. I don't know if there was a story going on. I don't know if there was like lingering tension. I know nothing. All I know is that these two, it's like how we tell people all the time, go back and watch Ricochet and Osprey.
Right, and
I don't know the lore. I don't know anything. All I know is I'm watching damn good wrestlers right now. And I really like that.
And that's kind of what I wanted to pick. I wanted to pick matches where it didn't matter if you knew the backstory. If you didn't matter if you knew the blood feud between them or their rivalries. And then I chose one from the next one, but kind of based on the same thing, but also because I knew you just saw two of them, Rey Mysterio and Psychosis. But then there's two more luchas that I wanted to introduce you to. One you've seen in AEW, technically.
Yes.
So the next match, we're going all the way to 1997. It's from a Monday Night Nitro. We're going to do La Parka and Psychosis versus Rey Mysterio Jr. and Juventud Guerrera. Now, I really like this match because I wanted you to see La Parka because he's one of my all-time favorites. Shout out to AJ, it's his GOAT, his words. The chairman of WCW, Mr. Skeleton Man, Mr. Funtime, everything. And then Hoovy, which You saw Hoovy in AEW when Jericho had to go through his trials,
I did.
and we got to see him on the Jericho Cruise. And now this match will show you why I marked out, and I was so excited to be able to get to talk to Hoovy. And I actually talked to him about this match, because this tag team match was one of my favorite tag team matches.
I have an update.
What is your update?
It looks like Psychosis went under a different name, but wrestled until early 2024.
Makes sense. A lot of times in AAA, they would switch gimmicks. You'd see people like La Parka is one of them. Now there's another La Parka and everything like that. So they do tend to switch gimmicks a lot. So you that can be a whole episode itself, going down those rabbit holes of what lore they are and who they are now.
It looks like it's Nico El Millionero. So
Interesting.
I'm going to assume a billionaire or millionaire, something with money.
Makes sense. Dinero. But without further ado, let's watch some La Parka and Psychosis taking on Ray and Hoovy. This one has an entrance for you. So there's the chairman playing some air guitar. There's Psychosis, a little bit more of a darker gear. One of my favorite sets, the WCW Nitro set.
What year was this one?
This is 97.
Okay, so still about 30 years ago.
29 technically, yes. But now you're starting to see the WCW shirts, the Austin 316, the NWO, the Nitro shirts. Like, just in about a year change. Now this
I
is
like
just
the camera angles, getting like the set. They're doing a really good job at capturing this moment.
And here you go, you got Rey Mysterio.
Did that just say that they're in North Carolina?
Yes, they were. They wrestled a lot in the South, Atlanta and North Carolina, because WWE was kind of like that Northeast promotion, and WCW did a lot of the Southeast. And so that's kind of the territory diff. So they used to say, I can go up to Connecticut when talking about WWF.
Okay.
Or I go down to Georgia. Now,
Ray looks so young.
again, he's
Is
still...
that Charles?
He's in his 20s here. I can't tell right now because they haven't put the camera angle on the referee yet.
That hair. Guys, if that's my ref, this is going to be even better.
It might be because he was a ref in WCW in 96 and 97, so it could very well be. It is Charles.
It's my ref, too?
It is Little Nate. So,
ooh,
you're going to like Hoovy because I wrote down he's chaos and speed incarnate. He's fast, he's quick, and he can hit you with crazy things. I kind of wrote down, I would compare him to like a Commander and like a Ricochet. Like, he runs the ropes like Commander, but he's got the quickness like Ricochet. La Parka, I think you'll like, because he's like an Orange Cassidy type of wrestler, where he's going to have fun with the crowd. He calls himself the chairman. He always comes out with the chair. He does goofy things. He does things that piss people off, but he can wrestle. So I think you're going to like him. That's why he wears a full body skeleton, changes the colors. He's silly. He'll dance. He'll start air guitaring. But when he has to wrestle, he'll wrestle. See, he's playing guitar with his opponent, toying with him. You know, I would say, like, for me, and I know a lot of people on AJ's things say, well, he worked the crowd so well. He literally like a New Day. He was very over it. He'd come out, people would air guitar with him. He would do things, people would do the dance with him. He would do the Crip Walk, which you see Penta do now. So he inspired a lot of, like, being serious but being funny and goofy and being over the top, and that's what I liked about him a lot. So you got Ray and Hoovy who are pretty much like watching Ricochet and Ospreay team together, and then you got Psychosis and him. So it's like seeing Roderick Strong and Orange Cassidy team up against Ricochet and Ospreay. So like that's kind of why I like this match, because it's a mesh of styles. And this is a very memorable match too, because again it was like four of my favorite luchadors in the same match.
Oh, took it his own. I want to point out that, like, La Parka's gear is really advanced for its time.
It is.
Just with all the detail.
All the little skulls and how he's skeleton man and how the hip bones are on his butt and everything.
It's very detailed. The shoulders.
And that's why it was a shame later in WCW when Bischoff decided to pretty much unmask all his luchadors, because it kind of lost a lot of like that's really what killed it for me, was he basically made every luchador unmask, and you're like, okay, but I like him better with the masks. I like the character, I like the full gimmick.
It's like if we saw Beast without his mask. It's just not the same. Like, Beast Mordos
We like the
doesn't
mystery.
need to talk.
We need the mystery. Well, he doesn't need rah rah.
Yeah,
Another good one,
exactly.
Psychosis versus
Luchasaurus.
Beast Mordos. That'd be good fun too. Oh, now Charles wants to follow the rules.
Maybe one day we could see Rey Mysterio face more people.
I think, and honestly,
I doubt it, but never say never.
that's true in wrestling.
I mean,
watch this from Hoovy here.
someone may have lost some hope in it, but I'm still hoping to see AJ Styles versus Will Ospreay at some point.
I've lost all hope on that one. Rey Mysterio coming in, get some offense, get the babyface heated up. See, listen to the crowd already. This is, probably one of the hottest baby faces in WCW for a while. Everyone loves Rey Mysterio.
And I got a glimpse of him close up, and despite the mask, you can see how young Rey is.
Yes. He basically looks like a young Dominic in there if you took off that mask, because he actually
Even with the mask on, you can kind of see it, that he's baby faced under there. Like, it's crazy.
Same with Hoovy too.
I think Dominic's now older than Rey was here.
Probably a couple of years, yeah. But like Dominic 2020 is what he looked like under there.
And Dominic looks like his dad.
Yes, that's what I was saying. Dominic 2020 looks like Rey under his mask there.
I was talking about Eddie.
Oh, Jesus.
You're welcome.
So this is kind of everything kind of ramps up. The tandem offense together. Rey and Hoovy decide, let's do this together.
Incredible. Especially how close that damn barricade is. Oh, I like the mats are fire.
Yeah, for Nitro went all out with their themes. Like this is their Monday night show. I would watch this before Raw for obvious reasons. Because WCW fans would watch this because Raw was usually taped. Poetry in motion. And again, this is like, we may see this stuff now, but this is stuff you weren't seeing in WWF.
This is something I feel like
Look.
I don't want to say I see this every week, but this is something I feel like I shouldn't take for granted as much as I probably do, because I feel as though we get at least one high fly match a week, and
Here's your tandem.
yeah, like Young Bucks versus Lucha Brothers, like run that. Like, I need to watch that back because like that feud was epic.
And what I liked about some of the different little chemistry notes here is when they swept Parka's legs, they swept him into a drop kick. So like they use his size against him, and he's so good at selling. And he's so good at being over the top. Oh, we got Psychosis and Hoovy going up top, like the tippy top.
Charles, get them down. Not like that.
Power slam into a reverse power slam. He countered that in midair, by the way. See, he just he's like, no, don't interrupt my dancing. See what I mean about the Orange Cassidy vibes, where he's just gonna do what he wants? We got a Tower of Doom spot set up.
Oof.
Oof.
Oh.
Drops him right on his face.
I like it. I guess I kind of see where Andrade gets a little bit of that.
Look at 450. Boom. Boom. So obviously it's quicker because it's TV, but I figured this was a good like little snippet of like what like the Monday nights were, and obviously I'm sure I can find more matches for you. But like that is kind of what a Monday Night Nitro was. This is kind of like this kind of match. You would see tags a lot. You would see triple threats. You would see fatal four ways. You would see one-on-ones. This is kind of like what got the crowd going before like you saw the Hogan and Nash come out. This is what you'd see before the A story. So you're talking about like, I don't know the story. Like, you didn't need the story and the lore for this. You just saw this because this shit was fun. You know what I mean? Like I can't probably tell you what feud was going on at this time. I don't remember the story. I just remember this match was phenomenal because I remember the La Parka spot where he just kept wanting to dance and the Rey Mysterio knocking him out on his face and then I just remember the 450 ending because it's just bang, 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 and that's what I remember about it. It's just it just goes from 0 to 60 so quick, and I loved it. So what about you? Now that you've seen 2 lucha matches, what did you think of this particular lucha match? What did you think of Psychosis and La Parka versus Ray and Juvi?
I really enjoyed the connection I felt that they all had. I think that the unspoken chemistry is there, and that is again exactly why I watch professional wrestling, is that athleticism. I know I say it all the time, but for me, watching someone do technical styles isn't always enjoyable because I like a fast-paced match. I get bored so easily. I still appreciate them. I think people are very talented that can do that. I want to see the wraparound holds, the octopus, the Black Widow. I want to see these things being done, but I also don't want you to spend 10 minutes getting someone into the hold. And that's what this gave me. It gave me just everything that I love about professional wrestling.
Good. See, that's kind of what I was hoping, that you'd see these WCW matches and kind of see the matches that really inspired modern wrestling. Like, these are the 2 matches I feel are good examples. Like, obviously it's under a microscope. You're not seeing everything, but this is 2 matches that I feel really embody what PWG is and was, what kind of AEW became. The fun, the fast-paced action. You tune in, you know you're going to get a banger match. If the story's not like the best story ever, who cares? It's going to be fun. And you're going to leave smiling because you just saw some great flippy shit and some great wrestling.
Yeah, I'm smiling. This is perfect leading into what we have a night filled with. And I'm genuinely excited to continue watching wrestling the rest of the night. And I can't wait to watch the Ring of Honor women kick ass.
Absolutely. Well, you'll have to stay tuned for our next episode because maybe we'll talk a little bit about Ring of Honor. So I'm glad we got to watch some WCW. We have some more WCW coming up because I figured let's kind of spotlight the good in WCW. Everybody spotlights the crappy, the negative. I want to spotlight the good, what made me a fan, and introduce you and maybe our viewers to wrestling that they haven't heard of or seen before. So if you want to watch, both those matches are available for free on YouTube. I recommend you go check them out. I love those matches, and I'm glad Emily got to enjoy them. I hope you can enjoy them too, and I hope you enjoy the night.
And, if you guys have match suggestions, please give them our way. Even if we don't watch them like this, I do...
We enjoy recommendations, so...
Yeah, I watch plenty of
spam
wrestling,
them
so
to
just
us.
please, just send me matches. I pretty much watch wrestling and, crime shows. Please send me them.
Yeah, anything to stop Love Island, please spam me all those messages. So, like I said, have a great night, everyone.
How'd you know the next season's coming out?
I don't know. I just see TikToks because I just see all that stuff. Even though I'd like to see wrestling. So
who's gonna hoodie themselves this season?
Oh, goodness. Well, on that note, I'm going to sign off. So I think everyone have a great weekend. Have a great night.